Hello and welcome back to Online Music with Mr. Holzer. Today we have another very exciting online app to explore. It's another browser-based app, meaning you only need your computer and some sort of web browser. Today I'll be using Google Chrome. The first thing we need to do is open up a web browser and type in bit.ly/AF remote music. You'll see this link linked in the description below as well. Again, we're back on this website, which has tons of different ways that we can explore music online. We're going to go over to the Apps tab and then scroll down. Here's Aquarion. This is the app we explored in our last tutorial. Today, we're going to be working with Groove Pizza. Groove Pizza is a very exciting beat machine that you can use to make music visually on your computer. Once we're on the website, we're going to see why it's called Groove Pizza. We have a big circle in the center that's going to represent all the beats that the drums are making. The inner ring is going to be a hi-hat sound. The middle ring of dots will be the snare sound. And the outer ring will be the bass drum sounds. Let's walk through a few of the different features and controls that we have on Groove Pizza to make beats. There are two ways that we can add drum sounds. The first is simply by clicking on the dots on the pizza. We're going to see lines popping up, connecting the different beats. This is a very visual way of seeing. If we want to play, all we have to do is click the play button. Now I noticed that every dot I put over here on the pizza also shows up on this grid. This is a popular form of drum notation called grid notation that simply shows in order where the beats will be. If I don't like something that I added, I can simply click on the dot either on the pizza or on the grid, and it'll disappear. Another way that I can add drum beats to this pizza is by going over to shapes. If I click on shapes, I'll see different shapes with a different number of dots. There's also one for 0 if you want to erase all your work. Let's drag over the square shape and put it on the bass drum by dragging it all the way out to the bass drum ring. Let's hear what that sounds like. Really simple. Let's add some snare drums. I'm going to pick the 6-sided hexagon. Put it in the snare ring, that's the middle ring. I can also drag it around to fit. Starting to sound like a cool beat. And again, I'm gonna see those dots that are the drum hits shown on the grid below as well. Let's add one more shape. Let's add an octagon to the innermost ring, which is the hi-hat. Now we have a full drum beat. If I don't like the exact sounds that the drum has, I can just click on the drum set in the middle of the pizza and pick a different style of drum. Let's try the Afro-Latin drum set. And maybe let's try the jazz drum set. If I want my pizza, my groove, to change every 4 beats, I can also add more pizzas on the bottom, all the way up to 4 different drum sets. Right now, this second pizza will be the same as the first, but if I want to change it, I can. Let's change it around. I can turn pizzas, I can change the shapes, and I'm also going to change the drum sound to hip hop. Let's see what my second pizza sounds like. And we notice right away after it played my second pizza, it goes on to the third now because I selected that pizza. Let's just stick with 2 pieces for right now. Above the shapes circle here on the left-hand side, I also have the circle that says specials. Specials are preset drum beats that are meant to be like certain songs or certain beats you might already know. Let's check out one of these presets. I'm going to click on the trap beat. We can see now the trap beat filled in a lot of the different pizzas. And all 4 pizzas are filled in. Let's see what that sounds like. Now that's a pretty cool beat. And if I wanted to use that as a starting point and add some of my own, I can click on the grid, or I can click directly on the pizza. And now that first pizza is going to be my own. Let's take a look at some of the other controls that are available on Groove Pizza to change our music. Over here on the bottom left-hand side, we'll see 4 sliders. They will each control something for the beat. Volume will control how soft or loud the beat is when we're listening to it. BPM stands for beats per minute. This is the tempo, or how fast or slow the beat will play. We'll notice that when I move it up and down, the beat will go faster and slower. Check it out. Sometimes beats will sound way different if we change how fast or slow they go. The next slider is the swing slider. We'll notice that if I move this up and down, it moves every other slice of the pizza over a little bit. This is going to cause a sort of swinging, lilting rhythm to happen with our drum beat. Now for this to actually sound out, we need to pick a drum beat or make a drum beat that has all of those slices filled in, or at least some of them. So I'm just going to add, by clicking on the grid, some more notes on my hi-hat. When I play the pizza, we're going to notice that the beat will sort of have a swinging rhythm now. Moving the slider up. It's just another way to enhance your beat and make it sound just like the music that you want to make. The last slider controls how many slices of the pizza there are. Right now, the grid and the pizza are marked out 1 through 16. If we lower that number, we'll get a smaller amount of slices. It is important to note that most music that we listen to is made up in groups of 4. So if you want your beat to sound similar or a little bit easier to make music with, you're going to want it to be a multiple of 4. So that's 4, 8, 12, or 16 slices. This beat will sound a little bit different if I only have 8 slices. It will repeat more often, and when I add the shapes, they will have more of an effect on the actual sound. Having just 4 or 8 slices to work with is an easier way to get started if you're intimidated by having to fill out 16 whole slices of the pizza and a very long drum beat. Now that I've spent some time using all the different controls and settings on Groove Pizza, I found a beat that I like. If I want to share this beat, all I have to do is click on Share, and I have different options. I can choose to share it on social media. I can just copy a link and it will save my exact pizza, and I can click on it anytime and continue working. I can also download it as 2 different types of audio files. A .wav file is a very high quality audio file that we can use in any audio software. A MIDI file is sort of a computer music file. MIDI is a computer language for computers to convert signals into music. A lot of music programs will use MIDI, so this is a useful file to have as well. If I want to continue to work with my beat in a different audio workstation, there is an option to continue in SoundTrap. SoundTrap is also linked on the remote music website that we started with at the beginning of this video. If I click on Continue in SoundTrap, it will open up my beat in SoundTrap.com, a free audio workstation online. In future videos, I'll show us how to get logged into SoundTrap and how to start making music in this platform. But we do notice that my pizza beat is right here, copied right from Groove Pizza into this platform. Now it's your turn to check out Groove Pizza and see what type of beats you can make. If you've logged into SoundTrap before, I encourage you to try to export your beat right into SoundTrap and use it as the start to a whole new song. See you next time for Online Music with Mr. Holzer, where we'll be exploring another exciting online music platform.